Hello, I'm the Anime Viewer 66, and today we're going to be taking a look at RWBY Season 1, 2, and 3. Before we get into the individual seasons, I'd like to give a brief summary of the show so far. The setup is as follows. There is a world known as Remnant, and in this world, humanity is facing a horrible, monstrous, demonly plague known as the Grimm. These monsters will stop at nothing to destroy humanity. Luckily, humans have on their side hunters and huntresses, specialized warriors who are trained to kill these monsters using giant half melee, half long range weaponry, and also using magic called dust. We start off our story at Hogwarts, I mean Beacon. It's a school to train people with how to slay monsters, a school for hunters and huntresses. And our main characters, Weiss, Yang, Blake, and Ruby, are attending this school, and the story follows them in their adventures and learning how to slay monsters and other things that are going on in the land. Now let's go on to the first season. The first season was a good setup for the whole story, though it lacked in several departments. Most notably, the episodes were far too short for most people's liking, including my own, and some of the animation looked a bit stretchy at times, particularly in the parts that weren't fighting, because when they went to the fighting scenes, they usually went all out, but on just their everyday walking around scenes, it was sort of lackluster. There's also the problem that it had a horrible bully arc, which yes, everyone complains about because, well, it was just that bad, but it was, I will admit, necessary to give that sort of character growth for John, even if I didn't much care for it. The second season was an improvement in every way. The animation was better, the runtime for each episode was longer, and they introduced different story elements that were very interesting, including a backstory that we're still waiting on getting the whole story of for one particular character's mother. Third season was probably the best, and that's what I like to see out of shows like this. They just keep getting better and better and better. This one happened to be the one where it got dark, like really, really dark, especially in the end. I'm not going to say who, but several characters kick the bucket, shall we say, and maybe other things happen to some other characters that I'm not going to mention. It's definitely the darkest of the three seasons, without a question, but the animation was also really good, and the length time was kept to a longer time than the first season, instead of going back to the first season's minimalist episodes, which I appreciated having longer episodes. I'm hoping that maybe they'll have like even longer ones in the fourth season. Now, the art has changed from season to season in subtle and sometimes very noticeable ways, and the fourth season that's coming out is changed in a very big way that some people are saying is too much of a change, but I think looks pretty good, but only time will tell on that one. I will say that from what I've seen from the fourth season's trailer and from all other seasons prior, the action and animation is going to be top notch because, well, it's RWBY. The fight scenes are always going to be cool. With all that said, I give season 1 and 2 of RWBY 4 stars out of 5, and season 3 of RWBY 5 stars out of 5. I hope that they're going to continue this trend of making better and better seasons, but we'll just have to wait and see. And with all that said, give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, or a thumbs down if you didn't like it. Share it on all your social media divvy-doos, and also subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Also, if you are subscribed or thinking of subscribing, hit that little bell right next to the subscription button. For some reason, YouTube, in its infinite wisdom, has decided that if you're subscribed to someone, you don't get all their videos in your subscription feed. No, you have to hit the little bell right next to the subscription button and then press all videos because, that makes so much more sense, right? With all that said, I'm the Anime Viewer 66. Thank you, and good night.